Welcome to Key Digital University. Today, we're going to learn all about enterprise AV over IP. Let's take a look.
Key Digital University, Integrated Audio Video Control Professional, Level 1, AV over IP, or our specifically named Enterprise AV over IP product family here at Key Digital. We'll go over the typical usage and applications where AV over IP is utilized to great success. We will go over your system design considerations to ensure you're thinking about everything you need to have that great success, and we'll give you a quick look at the entire product family of AV over IP solutions from Key Digital. Typically at Key Digital, we recommend using AV over IP in larger applications that may cover great distances or perhaps just go beyond that traditional 4x4, 8x8 traditional HDMI matrix switch. So this has been a very popular product for us in multi-building applications, large venues, digital signage in sports bars, and corporate AV, where they want to have many of the sources, many of the displays, of course, but even the sources are decentralized from that equipment rack. It really lends itself naturally to AV over IP because you could go up to 100 meters from each source's encoder into the network switch, and then again up to another 100 meters out of the network switch to your display locations, where you will have one decoder per display. So speaking of one encoder per source and one decoder per display, that's essentially it. You're able to create completely expandable systems with AV over IP. You could install today a system that, as we see here, 4 video sources and each block of displays representing 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42. So 4 by 42. Whereas in the days of traditional HDMI matrix switching, you would have to buy a fixed chassis. Video over IP, you just pick up one encoder per video source and one decoder per video display. And should you need to add additional sources or displays in the future, you're just picking up, once again, an encoder per source and a decoder per display. So it's very good for those systems, non-symmetrical, again, not a cookie cutter, 4x4, 8x8, 16x16, etc. And you could even do things like build a distribution amplifier, aka splitter system, with one source and 20 displays, one encoder, 20 decoders. You could build matrices out of it or simple switchers, and all it requires is a single cat wire to each encoder source or decoder display, and you're going to be able to do, depending on the product you use, HDMI, of course, video and audio, but also control, USB, video wall processing, and more. You'll see that in our product family. So because it is a new thing in the AV industry to be doing AV over IP, and everybody's beginning to have to learn this, what are your considerations when designing a system that will determine, are you going to use AV over IP, and what Key Digital product will you use out of our AV IP product family? Well, you'll want to consider your max resolution, 1080p versus 4K, for example. Audio, do you need to break that out at the equipment rack? Then you should probably use some of our encoders with audio de-embedding. They also have lip sync adjustment on many products so that you can compensate for any latency that may occur. Because yes, anytime you're going through your network switch, you will encounter latency. And so that is another consideration of system design. How will you control the system? Well, some of our products have built-in compass control ports, and therefore you're able to leverage that for extremely value-packed and feature-heavy system that is very extremely competitively priced. Video wall, is there a video wall? What size is the video wall? And you must use a Key Digital, a verified network switch that is on our list of verified network switches. We have it on the keydigital.com website, and that is a living organism, that network switch document, where we teach you how to set up those switches and introduce you to the switches that are approved for use with AV over IP. So we have an entire product family of video over IP. The IP1022s, the IP922s, encoders, decoders, the IP822s, And originally, our first system was the IP 1080s. And those are actually referred to as TX and RX, transmitter and receiver. Some manufacturers in the industry call AV over IP transmitters, receivers, encoders, decoders. So we kind of use the TX RX terminology in the 1080p realm, where all the other products are 4K capable, and we call those encoders, decoders. So you could see the video resolution, you could see the system build capabilities, you could see the audio handlings. The IP 1022 system is a completely independent audio video USB switching system. The IP 922 allows you to flexibly optimize the system by using a mix and match of 822s and 922s, optimizing the value of the system and the feature set where needed. We'll go into all those details. USB KVM, is that a need of yours? Do you need it independently? All of the products support PoE. The IP 1080s are using H.264, which is extremely low bandwidth, and the rest of the products use Motion JPEG 2000. And then you do see different latency for the two different compression methods. We're going to go into more details on all of those products throughout this section of IAVC.